Yo, the streets are talking, and this time the heat is real. Pooh Shiesty finally broke his silence, and NBA YoungBoy's warning has sparked a dangerous fallout. Fans and insiders alike are questioning, what does this mean for the streets, the music, and the reputation of these two heavy hitters? This isn't just beef. This is strategy, respect, and influence all colliding. Pooh Shiesty's silence had everyone speculating, and now that he's spoken, the stakes are higher than ever. The warning from YoungBoy isn't empty words. It's a message the streets are feeling in every corner. When you mix lyrical skill with real-life tension, the results aren't just heard, they're felt. Fans are divided. Others are worried, predicting escalation and more fallout from the warning, and that's exactly what makes this story compelling. Every move matters. Every line has weight, and the streets are watching every reaction. This story isn't just music news. It's a live lesson in respect, loyalty, and survival in the rap game. By the end of this video, you'll see why Pooh Shiesty's silence breaking and YoungBoy's warning could change the dynamic entirely, and why fans, rivals, and the industry are all on edge. Buckle up. This isn't just a diss. This is a street-level strategy in motion. The streets were buzzing. The internet was on fire, and fans across the country were glued to their screens. After weeks of tension and speculation, Pooh Shiesty finally broke his silence, and the timing couldn't have been more explosive. NBA YoungBoy had already issued his warning, a message that sent waves through the rap community, the streets, and social media alike. Now, with Pooh Shiesty responding, the fallout has officially begun. This wasn't just about bars or diss tracks. This was about respect, street credibility, and power in the rap game. In the world of hip-hop, silence can be dangerous. It can be read as weakness or hesitation. Pooh Shiesty knew this. Every word he released, every clip he shared, and every social media post was calculated to send a message. He wasn't backing down, and he wasn't afraid to confront the tension. Fans immediately went wild, dissecting his statements. Some applauded him for being strategic and composed, noting that he didn't overreact or escalate unnecessarily. Others scrutinized every syllable, searching for hidden shots aimed directly at NBA YoungBoy or his camp. That's the nature of this kind of beef. Every line is layered, every gesture is significant, and every response has consequences. The stakes were high. NBA YoungBoy's warning wasn't empty hype. It carried weight, influence, and a reputation that stretches across the rap industry. For Pooh Shiesty, responding wasn't just about defending himself, it was about asserting dominance, holding his ground, and making it clear that he belongs at the top of the conversation. The streets reacted instantly. In Memphis, Houston, and even New Orleans, local radio shows, neighborhood ciphers, and underground studios were buzzing. Fans debated whether Pooh had responded effectively, analyzing tone, delivery, and content. Every subtle nod, every bar, every social media post became part of a live chess game that only the streets and hardcore fans could truly appreciate. Meanwhile, the internet exploded. Clips of interviews, reactions, and snippets of Pooh's statement circulated across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Fans shared, remixed, and commented, dissecting the subtle shades in his response. Some argued it was a masterclass in strategy.com, composed, yet powerful enough to assert his presence. Others felt it didn't go far enough, leaving room for NBA YoungBoy to escalate. Inside the hip-hop community, other artists and insiders were taking notes. The way Pooh Shiesty responded wasn't just entertainment, it was a lesson in timing, influence, and respect in the streets and industry alike. In hip-hop, influence is a currency, and Pooh's move reminded everyone that every word, every pause, every line can shift perception and control. Timing played a critical role. Pooh didn't respond immediately. He let the suspense build, letting fans, the media, and even NBA YoungBoy anticipate his move. This patience amplified the impact. When he finally spoke, the message hit with maximum weight, not impulsive, not desperate, but precise and measured. Fans also analyzed the cultural significance. This beef wasn't just about current tracks or personal issues, it was about legacy, street credibility, and the ongoing battle for influence in modern hip-hop. Every fan, old and new, and survival in the game. Subtle references in Pooh Shiesty's response didn't go unnoticed. Some lines were direct shots. Others were reminders of his position, street ties, and credibility. Every element reinforced the notion that he isn't just responding, he's asserting his dominance. As the city watched, the tension escalated. Fans debated who had the upper hand, social media went into overdrive, and podcasts began dissecting the moves of both camps. This wasn't just music news, it was a cultural phenomenon, a live demonstration of influence, respect, and strategy in the rap world. Ultimately, Pooh Shiesty's break from silence wasn't just a reaction, it was a calculated maneuver, a reminder that, in the streets, timing, composure, and strategic responses matter as much as lyrical skill. And for fans, this was just the beginning. The fallout was only getting started. After Pooh Shiesty broke his silence, the fallout hit like a shockwave across the hip-hop community. Streams of TikTok videos and Twitter threads dissected every word, every gesture, every subtle jab. This wasn't just music news. This was street-level drama playing out in real time. And the city, the fans, and the streets were glued to every update. Fans were divided instantly. Some praised Pooh Shiesty for his calculated approach, noting how he handled NBA YoungBoy's warning without escalating recklessly. His delivery showed confidence, strategy, and street awareness. Everything a rapper in his position needed to assert dominance while avoiding unnecessary chaos. These fans highlighted subtleties in his tone and phrasing, pointing out hidden layers of meaning aimed at asserting respect and credibility. Others weren't convinced. Critics argued that while Pooh made a strong statement, NBA YoungBoy's warning still carried immense weight. Some fans worried that this beef could spiral further, hinting at potential retaliation or a more public showdown. And that tension is exactly what keeps street-level rap drama alive. Every line, every response, and every reaction matters. Podcasts and YouTube channels quickly picked up the story. Analysts dissected both sides, breaking down the psychological and strategic aspects of the beef. They explored how Pooh Shiesty's response wasn't just about countering a warning. It was about sending a message to the streets, his rivals, and the entire hip-hop industry. When a high-profile rapper responds with precision, it ripples through the culture, affecting perceptions, alliances, and fan loyalty. The streets themselves were alive with conversation. From Memphis to Houston and Atlanta, ciphers, local radio, and block parties became hubs of analysis. Fans debated, did Pooh Shiesty assert his dominance effectively? Did he leave room for NBA YoungBoy to respond further? Every perspective added layers to the drama. In NYC and southern rap hubs, listeners dissected bars for subliminal references, connections to past conflicts, and even veiled warnings to other artists. Meanwhile, the timing of Pooh Shiesty's response amplified the impact. Timing in rap beefs is critical. Responding too soon can appear reactive, while waiting too long risks losing credibility. Pooh's decision reflected street intelligence, measured, calculated, and lethal in its precision. Industry insiders also noted the strategic brilliance. It controlled the narrative, framed the discussion, and reinforced his influence. In rap culture, influence isn't just about bars, it's about strategy, perception, and timing. NBA YoungBoy's warning, on the other hand, had set the stage for escalation. While Pooh Shiesty's response was calculated, it made the stakes higher. The streets interpreted every message as a potential prelude to retaliation or further lyrical warfare. The tension was thick, and fans followed closely, predicting each camp's next move. Every post, every interview, and every track snippet became part of the evolving saga. Social media amplified the drama to unprecedented levels. Clips of interviews, statements, and reaction videos circulated constantly, with fans and analysts providing time-stamped breakdowns. Discussions focused on subtle cues, tone, lyrical metaphors, and potential references to past incidents. This interactive participation made the fallout more dynamic. This beef underscored an important lesson. Street respect and legacy are inseparable from hip-hop influence. Pooh Shiesty's response was more than a counter to a warning. It was a declaration of his role in the hierarchy, a reminder that he commands attention and that the streets notice every calculated move. Every lyric, every gesture, and every line mattered in asserting dominance. Meanwhile, the fan debate revealed generational nuances. Younger fans focused on the music, delivery, and style, while longtime listeners appreciated the subtle nods to street credibility, reputation, and historical context. This multi-layered reaction reinforced the importance of timing, respect, and influence in hip-hop culture. The same fans who debated who won were also observing how strategy and reputation interact with music and street credibility. Street-level interpretation added another layer. In many neighborhoods, discussions went beyond music. Bars, pauses, and phrasing were analyzed as if they were moves in a chess game. Fans debated subliminal warnings, implied threats, and strategic posturing. In Memphis, Atlanta, Houston, and beyond, the energy was palpable. Everyone wanted to see how this narrative would evolve. By the end of the first wave of responses, it was clear that the fallout was far from over. Pooh Shiesty's calculated response had established his position. But NBA YoungBoy's camp remained alert, and the streets were watching closely. Alliances, respect, and influence were at stake. Fans understood that this wasn't a simple beef, it was a dynamic conflict that involved strategy. This saga highlights how calculated responses, street intelligence, and timing define modern rap beefs. Pooh Shiesty's break from silence was not just a reaction. It was a strategic move that asserted his influence, maintained credibility, and kept the streets talking. Fans, analysts, and fellow artists watched every move closely, knowing that the next development could change the dynamics entirely. The stage is set. The streets are buzzing, and everyone knows this isn't over. It's a lesson in strategy, respect, and survival in the rap game. After the initial shockwaves of Pooh Shiesty's response, the streets were buzzing louder than ever. Social media platforms, YouTube reactions, and underground forums became live battlefields for fan theories, opinions, and breakdowns. Every move, every post. This wasn't just a rap beef anymore. It had become a cultural moment. A lesson in strategy, respect, and influence in hip-hop. Fans across the country split instantly. Some were praising Pooh Shiesty for the calculated, composed, and strategic nature of his response. They argued that he didn't overreact. Instead, he asserted dominance subtly and effectively, making it clear that he isn't someone to be underestimated. Clips and lines from his statement circulated non-stop, with viewers pointing out hidden references, subliminal shots, and clever nods to street credibility. Every word was weighed and every gesture analyzed. Others, however, believed the tension had only escalated. NBA YoungBoy's warning was still fresh, and some fans speculated it could ignite further fallout with possible retaliation or new diss tracks emerging. The streets understood that, in the game of hip-hop beef, every response opens doors for They broke down the implications of the warning and Pooh Shiesty's response, exploring how timing, delivery, and strategy intersect in modern rap beefs. For many, the story was more than entertainment. It was a masterclass in reputation management, influence, and the art of hip-hop diplomacy. The real pulse, however, was on the streets. From Memphis to Houston to New Orleans, local radio stations, ciphers, and block parties became hubs for discussion. Neighborhood fans debated whether Pooh Shiesty's approach was strong enough to deter NBA YoungBoy or if it left room for escalation. Every detail mattered. Pauses, tone, phrasing, and even body language were dissected like moves on a chessboard. Meanwhile, NBA YoungBoy's camp remained alert. Their silence at this stage wasn't a sign of weakness, but strategic observation, letting the tension build while analyzing Pooh's positioning. In street-level rap culture, this kind of measured approach is often as lethal as direct confrontation. Fans knew that the next move could come at any moment, whether in a diss track, social media post, or a public interview. The cultural significance of this beef was undeniable. This wasn't just about two artists trading barbs, it was about street respect, credibility, and influence. Both Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy understood that every word, every gesture, and every post contributes to their legacy and reputation. For fans and fellow artists, watching this unfold was a live demonstration of the stakes. Involved in the rap game, social media continued to escalate the tension. Memes, reaction videos, and fan theories circulated non-stop. Clips of interviews and statements were slowed down, replayed, and analyzed for subliminal meaning. Every subtle nod, gesture, or lyrical reference sparked debates. Some praised Pooh Shiesty for strategic brilliance. Others predicted the story was far from over. The fanbase was deeply engaged, turning this beef into an interactive experience. Industry insiders and fellow artists were also paying close attention. Producers, collaborators, and peers recognized that Pooh Shiesty's response wasn't just defensive, it controlled the narrative, framed the discussion, and reinforced his influence. Influence in hip-hop is currency, and a precise move like this demonstrates that he knows how to maintain it without overstepping. Timing again proved to be crucial. Pooh Shiesty didn't react immediately to NBA YoungBoy's warning. He waited, building anticipation and tension. When he finally spoke, the response carried maximum weight, showing that patience, composure, and calculated timing are as important as lyrical skill in the modern rap game. The fan debate also highlighted generational and cultural perspectives. Younger fans focused on delivery style and lyrical content, while veteran listeners appreciated the street credibility, strategy, and legacy implications. This multi-layered reaction enriched the conversation, keeping the city, the streets, and online communities locked in and engaged. Street-level interpretation added further intensity. Local ciphers, block parties, and underground studios became hubs for discussion, turning every line, pause, and gesture into strategic analysis. Subliminal warnings, implied threats, and positioning in tracks were scrutinized. In Memphis, Houston, and Atlanta, fans were engaged in real-time discussions about strategy, dominance, and reputation. By the end of this fallout phase, it was clear the story wasn't over. Pooh Shiesty had asserted his position, but NBA YoungBoy's camp was ready, and the streets remained alert. Alliances, respect, and influence hung in the balance. Every move from here on out could redefine dynamics in the hip-hop community. Ultimately, this saga emphasized a critical lesson in rap beef's strategy. Timing and influence are as important as skill and aggression. Pooh Shiesty's calculated response showcased how a measured approach can assert dominance, maintain credibility, and command attention, proving he's a force to be reckoned with in modern hip-hop for fans. This is more than a beef. It's a masterclass in strategy, respect, and survival in the rap game. And the city knows. In the streets of hip-hop, every move counts and everyone is watching. Yo, if you're watching this, you already know this isn't just another rap story. This is street-level hip-hop drama unfolding in real time. Pooh Shiesty finally broke his silence. NBA YoungBoy issued warnings, and the streets, fans, and industry are all buzzing. Now it's your turn to lock in and stay connected. Hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is your front row seat to exclusive rap beefs, behind-the-scenes analysis, and the real stories the media won't tell you. Don't scroll past missing. This is missing the moves that actually shape hip-hop culture and street credibility. Smash that like button if you're feeling the heat. Every like and share tells us you're here for the real, uncut stories that matter. The kind of drama and strategy that affects respect, loyalty, and influence in the rap game. Drop a comment below and let us know. Did Pooh Shiesty handle NBA YoungBoy's warning the right way? Or do you think this beef is about to escalate further? Your opinion could spark the next conversation and influence how fans and insiders perceive this ongoing saga. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. The next twist could drop any moment, and you want to be the first to know. Remember, in hip-hop, every move counts, every line has power, and here, you're witnessing it live. Subscribe, like, comment, and stay locked in, because this isn't just music. It's a lesson in respect, strategy, and survival in the streets of rap.